This is The Parker's Couch with Cameron, Carlon and Carl, the Parker brothers. Some material is for a mature audience. Sit back and enjoy. How does this work in track? Do they practice?
They changed the order when Noah got hurt. They changed the order all around, so everybody was out of place from what they were normally practicing, which makes no sense. Instead of just replacing Noah at the anchor, they decided to rearrange the order with the new person they brought in.
It's still just a handoff.
What's up, my brothers?
What's going on, home brothers? How y'all doing?
Yep. Doing good. I think we are all on the same page with what we need to start off with today. We can't even talk about anything else before we offer what?
Well, first, I've got to apologize.
Yes, we do.
Offer some apologies. Well, let me first give my introduction. The most handsome, the most debonair. You know it's me. I got to give that introduction. But hey, I must apologize to one Steph Curry.
Full government name.
I'm going to give him his whole government because he showed out, especially these past two games. And I spoke out of turn. Hey, I'm a man. I can say when I'm wrong, and I was all the way wrong about
all three of us
about Mr. Curry. He carried us those last two games, and if it wasn't for him, we'd be sitting there with silver around that.
We'll be with the bronze probably.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah, we would have lost,
or without a medal.
It would have been Serbia and France in playing today.
Yeah,
exactly. And I do need to give another apology to my beautiful black women.
I was about to say you survived.
I did survive, but I must say that the comments that I made last week were meant for a contingent of black women, not all black.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Stacey Dash, Omarosa, those.
The ones we definitely don't count. Okay.
But Stacey Dash trying to come back into the family, y'all. Did y'all see that?
No, she ain't welcome back.
She's trying to get welcome back.
No, she ain't welcome
She's
back.
trying to support Harris.
She showed her hand. She showed us who she really was. But
they over there with the Candace Owens crowd.
Yeah.
Not all of our women are that way, as I alluded to last week. But we do have a contingent that are, and that they need to be called out on what they're doing. So my apologies to those beautiful ones that do hold their men down and hold our people down.
Right.
Amen.
We had a well downloaded episode last week, but no hate on that. Now you know where the hate came.
We know where that's coming
on our Blacks Against Harris segment. Lord knows the trolls was out, and I'm ready to troll y'all back. I stopped doing some of the trolling because I got busy doing other stuff. But don't worry, tonight I'll probably be back on my troll game, so don't worry. Y'all gonna get responded to. It's just what I like to do.
Oh yeah.
Brother, you Carl and Parker, you got an apology too? What are you saying?
Yes, I absolutely bow down to the greatness of Steph Curry.
Yes, because I do remember someone actually bringing up the conversation and leading us down this bad road.
Apologize for starting this conversation, for questioning his 5 for 20 performance the first two games. Then he went on a 17-26 tear the next two games from downtown. And the last 2 minutes is quite possibly the best, most ferocious, impressive display of shooting I have ever seen from one human being in a clutch, intense performance. When you're taking on not just a team, but an entire nation on their nation's home turf. Yeah. And that last three was the most incredible shot I think I've ever seen in the history of basketball. That was ridiculous. I was like, I know he's not shooting this shot. I've seen Steph take shots before, But to me, that's one of the most impressive shots I've ever seen him make.
We talk about the bad shots, but dang, he makes a lot of bad shots.
Yes,
he does.
So, he's the best bad shot taker in the history of basketball.
Maybe they're not bad.
At this point.
Yeah.
For him. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about this 98-87 victory here. This was a hard-fought gold medal win by the U.S. We talking about Steph Curry. He finished with 24 points. He had 8 3-pointers. And as you pointed out, Carlon, those 4. And now those last little over 2 minutes, that final one, put that nail. Oh, my gosh. Incredible display.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I just say, though, this game, though, like, I think you said, Carlon, you was like, "Oh, I'm ready for the NBA now." This thing got me so hyped.
I'm ready for the league.
It was like one of the best games that I've watched in quite some time. Just the intensity, the way both teams were giving it to each other, the way they shot out with that game and playing so hard. I don't know. Like I miss. It made me realize how I miss this kind of hard nosed playing, this kind of style.
In the NBA though. So why are you waiting for the NBA? We're not going to see it in the NBA.
Don't burst my bubble.
They don't play the NBA. Let's be real, guys. We got load management. We got people playing, 40 games a season. It's just not there. That competitive fire that was there in the 80s and 90s, it's not there anymore. Those guys used to hate each other,
when legit
played against each other, when Boston and Philadelphia played against each other, them cats was going to blows in the regular season.
Very true.
That's very true. Well, I guess I'm hoping that some of this rubs off in the league, because they're coming back to their respective teams. And now maybe like Jokic just got a little bit of fire under him. Team Canada, to me, disappointed themselves. Maybe they have a little bit more urgency to show that hey, we're here with the big boys. I'm just hoping for the best, but I think you're right, Carl Parker.
Well, LeBron is 85, so he can only get this LeBron.
No,
we don't need that. We want to spend this from him. But I know. I guess I just wish. I'm thinking about that video you sent us, Carl, with Dennis Schroeder talking about the European League versus the NBA.
European basketball, I think, is more. I gotta be careful here. I think it's European basketball is no entertainment. It's straight IQ basketball, straight coaching, and really, really high IQ guys who know how to play the game. And Serbia, Greece, Spain, France, Germany. There's so many teams out there who knows how to play, who is athletic, and I think it's a lot of people from Europe in the NBA who make some noise. Slovenia with Luka Doncic, one of the best players in the world. Of course, the USA is one of the best leagues in the world, or is the best league in the world, but European, they come in for sure.
And I thought that was a very good point, just about how that league is about skill and about coaching, all that. It's not the entertainment factor.
We've had this conversation before, guys. I've had this conversation actually on one of the podcasts. The European game is a game of IQ.
Yep.
It's a game of skill. It's like chess when you're playing out there.
Exactly.
When we come over here, they playing checkers.
I agree.
We don't have enough substance to our game over here anymore.
Yeah, I think the coaches definitely make matchup or specific based on the opponent. It determines who's going to play and who's going to play when, and I think it's more of structure. I guess the way to say it. In the NBA, they depend on stars way too much. It's just like, just give such and such the ball and let them have their way instead of being more structured. So you're absolutely correct.
The NBA is entertainment. So think about this. Back in the day, our guys played in college a lot longer too. So
True.
they came out with being more fundamentally sound.
True.
Like MJ, we talk about his athleticism, but his fundamentals were, superb.
Top notch. Yeah.
Top notch. And, fundamentally, he was just sound all the way around. He played defense. He could pass the ball. He could dribble, pass, and shoot. I mean,
yeah.
And it's different now. Guys can't really think the game.
They have no structure. They come from, AAU culture. There's no structure in that.
I was about to say that's good. We know the road that all this starts at, and how it goes. And I think too, even like whenever you think about even the rules and the way the game has changed, and I think that's one of the things that allows this to be entertaining with the European style, because they play more. Like they let you rough them up. It's not really just catered towards, the NBA definitely wanted to open up scoring. They wanted a lot of points.
Yeah.
And wanted this and that. So they try to make the game more fluid in that way. And, it's a beauty, it's an art to that, but it takes away some stuff too.
Yeah, I enjoy a good rock fight. Like, I don't need 140 to 130. Yeah.
No. Yeah, that's crazy. But we got to talk about the elephant in the room. What everybody is talking about surrounding the U.S. team, and it's the play of Jason Tatum. I don't know why it comes down to this, and it definitely escalated more during the Serbia game whenever he didn't get in at all. You had literal people starting to root against the U.S. It was plenty of people saying, I'm rooting for France today. I'm a Jason Tatum supporter more than I'm a U.S. basketball supporter. Celtics fans definitely mad. So what do y'all feel like? Was Steve Kerr doing the right things here?
Well, let's look at the first part of the game. He certainly did do the right thing. The game was entirely too tight when he acquiesced and allowed Tatum to get on the floor. Tatum didn't deserve to play. He played 11 minutes, had 2 points. Anthony Edwards played 9 minutes, had 8 points, and was more impactful in less minutes. Like his 9 minutes, you can remember his 9 minutes on the floor. Now they'll talk about, he didn't get enough time to get a rhythm, or he's been out of no. His play has not been great since he's been out there. And it's because of he doesn't fit that team concept. He didn't fit that roster well. And he fits the Boston Celtics roster well.
Yeah.
And what they need him to do. But they even talked about, why is Derek White and Jrue Holiday playing? Well, Derek White and Jrue Holiday stay in their lane, and they play defense, and they play a team concept. Jrue Holiday probably is more.
He's extremely valuable.
More valuable as a player. Absolutely.
That the U.S. has had the past couple of Olympics. If it hadn't been for him and his defense, his timely shooting, because he knocked down some big shots.
He knocked down some big shots. And he was being up post players.
Oh,
yeah. Ain't gonna be no other guard that's doing that. Him and Derek White are the only two that could do that.
Exactly. So those, perfect points.
And a lot of people went back to, in 2021, Jason Tatum averaged 15 points during the Olympics. I want you to look up the roster for 2021. And
ain't nobody want to play then.
To see who was on that roster.
Thank you.
On that roster, they had, so the big names was Tatum, Durant. I think Durant was on that squad, man. They also had Damian Lillard, who he can't guard me. Then had, let's see, Bradley Beal was supposed to be on that squad, but I think he got injured. So they brought in Keldon Johnson for that for that team. They had Jeremy Grant. Who's Jeremy Grant?
You told the 2020 Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bunch of ragamuffins, minus Katie and Drew Holiday.
I mean, you had Drew Holiday.
I had like
You had
JaVale McGee on that team, man.
Yeah.
People like that. It was not.
I mean, KD and Drew's the reason they won that gold medal. If it wasn't for them, the U.S. probably brought a silver home that year.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't he was playing on a team that had nobody.
Very true.
Score, who else was going to score besides, KD and the rest of them? And in that gold medal game, I think KD had 30, right?
Yeah, he had 30. And we won by 5. It was a close game.
So
yeah.
And they lost the game that Olympics too, if I'm not mistaken. But
yeah.
And I've been going back and forth with this in my head, but I always come back to like, well, who am I putting him in over?
Exactly.
That's where I get stuck because I'm like, I don't know who. Like, I can easily say like, oh, you should be in over KD. Hell no, kind of thing. Like, it's not.
He better be glad Kawhi wasn't on the team. If Kawhi was on the team, he probably would have been in one game.
You took the words right out of my mouth because I was going to say the exact same thing. Kawhi, if it was old Kawhi,
you
got to think about old Kawhi was
tip-top player. Jason Tatum.
He was the best player in the league.
Yes,
because he was taking the big shots and he was locking up your best player.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't know. I hate that it's like come down to this, and that's kind of been a bit talk versus, they're just coaching and playing the matchups and what works.
Matchups.
Like,
exactly.
Right, and we're winning.
Did they win the gold medal?
Okay. The U.S. soccer team had the same problem with the women. They were getting on them saying she's not playing enough players.
Right.
They won the gold medal.
They won the gold medal, didn't they?
I heard her interview. She's like, I know what I'm doing. I've done
I know this team. I know these players. I know what I'm doing.
And I know what makes this team tick.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's a lot of posturing that goes in, like even in that 2021 Olympic, you got to think there was some remnant of Coach K in that too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Coach K was going to set that up.
Coach K ain't nowhere around in this, so you ain't gonna get a favoritism here.
I didn't even think about that. That's true. I had Coach K and stuff there. Yeah, but impressive.
Well, Pop was the coach, but Coach K was still like over U.S. basketball.
Yeah, Pop was the coach, but
yes.
Coach K was still over USA basketball during that time.
Yep. But impressive win, fellas. That gave us 38 goals. We are 1 behind China going into the final day on Sunday.
Dang, we still didn't catch them.
China had a day today. They had like diving, table tennis.
Oh, diving, yeah.
They were. I'm telling y'all,
they swept all 8 categories in diving.
I don't care about that other stuff. We can always be talking about. Yeah, we won all these silvers and bronze. We're ahead in the medal count. Well, how many goals we got versus them?
That's the joke. We're like, well, if you don't win that goal, you can't come back home. So you might as well go ahead and take it.
Now I'm confident our women, they're going to bring home a goal. They're like the last event on Sunday. Yeah. So we know we at least get 31.
We'll at least get a tie. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what other events there are. I haven't looked to see, but it's going to be interesting.
We can't be. Hey, y'all gonna recognize I wasn't way out there in left field when I was talking about mediocrity.
No, I mean, you were not all the way in left field, but yeah. You was out there.
But let's get into that with some track and field, fellas. Mediocrity. Let's see. Did we have some? Then we have some below, and then we had some.
We won 11 out of the 25 gold medals in track and field. I think we had a pretty darn great track and field.
Okay, well let's talk about it. Let's talk about Mr. Noah Lyles first.
We had an okay track and field. Yes, 11 out of 24.
We've had the most medals since the 84 Olympics.
Yeah.
We did really great in track.
That was just because of some guys really gutting it out for us. Hawker and those people that should not have won medals the way they.
But they did.
They did.
They should not have won. They're competing just like everyone else.
And that was
Hawker's ring was incredible.
We ain't taking away that 1500, bro.
No, we're keeping that.
He did a thing.
We keeping it. I'm just saying they went above and beyond, but we have a guy like Noah Lyles jumping up and down, acting a fool, and then coming third place.
Did he not win 100?
Did he win the 2? That was his race. He's supposed to win.
That's his race.
He's supposed to win the 200.
Yeah, he was supposed to win the 200, but he apparently was. I mean, I knew he was sick when he was running in the trials. I was like, why is he wearing a mask first? I mean, in the qualifying, and then he didn't win the heat. I knew something was up. Me personally, because I've watched him over the last 2 years, and he's winning even the heats of the 200. But he didn't win, so
I'm not getting mad.
He didn't win.
Up and down, acting a fool. He's supposed to win.
Yeah, well, if you do all that, you don't win. You got to take the spoils.
And Tobogo busted that behind.
Tobogo was great in the entire Olympics. He was great in the 100.
He was on top of his game, but Tobogo had an interesting story. Wasn't it him that he lost his mother, didn't he?
Yeah, prior to the Olympics. Yep.
To the Olympics. So
yep.
He was running with a heavy heart. So, I mean, that was he had an awesome performance, in my opinion. But man, Noah Lyles, he got his butt whipped.
He got to take his punishment. Yeah, I mean, when you, like you said, when you jump up and down at the fool, you got to back it up.
Yeah, when you get out there and talk the junk that he talked.
But what if that is somebody's way of personally hyping themselves up to do it? Like, do you have to win every time? But that's your way to try to make yourself feel normal and to get yourself involved into the race, the event. Like, do we not like pompous attitudes only whenever you don't win? But if he won, it would be okay?
All I'm saying is just like Tobogo said.
I don't think he was trying to read, but he read.
Oh, he read them.
Oh, Tobogo being asked about being the face of track and field.
For me, I can't be the face of athletics because I'm not an arrogant or a loud person like Noah. So I believe Noah is the face of athletics.
And look at Kenny right beside him, looking at him, wanting to say, yep, I agree. I'm glad you said it.
He was right there looking at him.
Hey, the proof, it's the truth. And all Noah could do is just sit there and take it because he told him exactly what he was. He's arrogant, he's loud, and he got his butt spanked.
Now, and I know now everything is out there. A lot of people are on different sides. Some people don't think he even ever had COVID. Like he's just using this as an excuse. I'm not on that side. People are taking it. I don't know how y'all feel. You might have some feelings about the COVID thing. He recently had posted a picture of him being COVID free and showing the results. And now he's getting read down for that too. I don't know why he posted that at all. But as people going in more, I don't understand why he ran. Like I'm kind of like it is unsettling to me that he would knowingly have COVID when he found out on Tuesday and still be out there participating and race on Thursday and still be hugging people and doing all this stuff. And not anybody knows he has COVID until afterwards. All this is going on. Like, something about that is just unsettling to me. I don't know. I guess I understand it's the Olympics. You ain't gonna have many shots at this. You want to go through, but I started thinking about Simone Biles and whenever people was getting hurt on with her with backing out, but she was talking about how athletes put themselves through stuff, and it's really no good reason why they're doing it, like for the sake of competing. But does that really make sense? I don't know. How do y'all feel about him even competing having COVID?
I don't have a problem with him competing. The only thing I don't know if he did, but I would have liked for him to at least let everyone know that he did have it. So, people wasn't hugged up all over him and,
he says he isolated.
Exactly.
They talk about they saw him, they was wondering why he was kind of by himself and having this mask. Nobody really knew. But, it wasn't like a lot of interaction with people. But you saw afterwards, nobody working around him had a mask on and they knew he had COVID. I was so confused. That part was confusing. Even whenever they were coming out there to help him and doing all that stuff and he was around a long time without a mask, just freshly have COVID.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that was crazy. Like, I'm with you, brother. Like, I think he should have informed people and told them that he had COVID. I know the only reason that he ran the race that I'm thinking is because, in Budapest, he won with the 100 and 200. So that was the goal to do that at this Olympics. And he had no chance in 4 years to win the 100. So this was his only chance. That's the only reason I think he did it.
Tebogo is 20 years old, and he acted more mature than Noah did. I'm not a big fan of that young man. Now, I am a big fan of McLaughlin. She's phenomenal.
Yeah, Sydney's in a league of her own at this point.
She goes about her business the right way, and she just wins goals. Now, when I talk about excellence, she is excellent. Gabby,
yes.
Gabby Thomas, excellent. I think she had 3 or 4 goals.
Yeah, she had 3. She's gonna leave with 3 gold medals.
Sydney broke that she had that world record. 50.39 of that. That's crazy. And when you saw when they did the tracker with how she's in line with people running without hurdles.
Without hurdles.
Exactly.
That's so crazy.
I need her to run the 400 the next Olympics, please.
How many did she win? Didn't she win 4 gold medals?
But she was only in the 400 hurdles and the relay, right?
Yeah.
I think she's only in two.
Yeah, she was only in 2.
She 4x4 and 400-meter hurdles, right?
Yeah.
But what about Sha'Carri? So how do we think her Olympic debut overall went? Second in the 100, which there was a little funny business going on with that, with her and Shelly Ann Fraser not being let in to be able to warm up and that whole situation and yada yada yada. But Julian Alford dusted in that and won the first medal for St. Lucia. Period.
Well, that was ugly.
But Sha'Carri in that 4x1.
Oh, she smoked.
That leg.
She smoked him and then looked at him and frowned.
Yes, that look. Yes.
Yeah. She ran that angry. I was happy for her to at least get a gold medal, after just the embarrassment that it was in Tokyo. It was good to see her come back and get a little bit of redemption. I wish she could have got the gold in the 100-meter, but hey, it wasn't her day that day.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think even if stuff didn't happen, she would have beat Alford that day. Alford was a powerhouse that day. That was just meant to be. I think the car it was fine what she did. Because I wish she would have made the 200. So she and Gabby could have had a good race for that gold medal. But the way that for about 100, she made up for not winning that gold medal in the first round. Like, that was amazing how she clinched that in the anchor leg. So I thought she had a nice Olympics. I'm happy that she won 2 medals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The women dusted.
The
And then
women,
in that
they blew it out.
4x4, the great they won that one.
They smoked. The
Absolutely smoked.
men, they pulled out the 4x4, but the 4x1 was an embarrassment.
Can we talk about that? What was
Well,
that?
before we do that, let me give some flowers to some people who did well that we haven't mentioned yet. Raj Benjamin, I think, had an excellent Olympics, winning those 2 gold medals and anchoring that leg in the 400. And,
Quincy Hall.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was
Definitely that.
That was definitely amazing. Him and Grant Holloway too. The 110 meter hurdles. How he came back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So he and
gold, silver in that, or gold and bronze or something like that in that one.
Yeah, he made up for his silver that he won in Tokyo, and so did Raj. They both won silvers and close match, close run races, and came back to win and dominating those.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. That Quincy Hall comeback, I ain't never seen nothing like that.
That was the most amazing race of the tournament, of the Olympics for me.
Oh, Hawker, he had a good one too.
Yeah, good one too, digging deep. Yeah, that was 2 amazing races.
Yeah, that 1500, that was
exciting. I'm gonna tell y'all something on that 1500. I cried a little.
Oh, I did. I wept like a baby.
That's what they said. Like the way those 2 Americans did that with Hawker and gosh, what's the other guy's name? It's
the African. Yeah, what's his name? I forgot his name. I know you talk about those long legs.
Yeah, it starts with a Y. Y'all, I remember it starts with a Y. I can't remember how to say it, but the way they came back to pull off gold and bronze and stuff in that. And then whenever they said it's the first time 2 Americans have medaled in 112 years.
Yeah.
In that event, I was like, wow.
Yeah,
that was a moment.
And the other American finished like 5th, I think. So it was like he was close too.
Yeah. He was right off. Yep.
Boy, they showed his father. His father was like, "What the?" It looked like he caught a gear. He was like, "What the?"
He hit that inside. He stuck in there. And Norway guy gave up that little bit of room, and it was.
I thought he was getting the silver. He had a little bit more room, a little more track.
He just said, "All I need is a little room."
Just a little room, a little room right there.
Man, you talking about a kick? That boy had a kick.
He definitely did.
He had some heart, man. That was a beautiful race. Well, and Quincy, like I ain't taking nothing from him, man. He gutted that out.
He was like in 4th or 5th place. Like,
he was way out.
Oh, he was way out of the race.
And
the announcers weren't even talking about him. I was like, oh my goodness, Quincy Hall has made a move.
Not in contention. And
I have never seen anything like that quick. That changed like that. That was crazy.
He was running wild. All you could see was legs and arms. He was flailing.
Oh, that would be a great commercial. I hope they caught it from the other end. That's a great commercial for us for the next Olympics.
Yes. Legs, arms, and teeth. That's all you saw.
The gold teeth and gold front.
That's funny. Yeah, that was good. There was a lot to celebrate with the track and a lot of exciting stuff. Let's talk about the 4x1. So Carl Lewis had a lot of thoughts.
Carl Lewis was not happy.
Carl Lewis has apparently been pissed off for quite some time too with this.
I mean, for 16 years, he's been pissed off about how poorly we performed in the relays.
Mm-hmm. He said it's time to blow up the system.
Yeah.
This continues to be completely unacceptable. And it is clear that everyone at USA Track and Field is more concerned with relationships than winning. No athlete should step on the track and run another relay until this program is changed from the top to the bottom.
Dang, Carl came out with that one.
My thing is, how do you ruin the best first leg that's ever been run in the history of the Olympics?
I don't know.
I don't know. That may be the reason why it was a little too fast. But I don't know what happened. But that could be it because took off before he went. I mean, he was way down the track before Coleman even got there.
Yeah, Kenny, I don't know what he was thinking.
Rockhead.
That was just stupid. But Coleman ran 9.86 in a curve.
That's crazy.
Oh, he would have been 100.
9.86 in a curve.
That's crazy.
The best that's ever been run in history.
Well, ain't nothing you can do with that now.
No.
That's so terrible. Like, I'm tired of seeing them like dropping batons or just messing up exchanges, just not doing well. And I don't understand what's going on with the relay. How does this work in track? Do they practice?
Well, what happened? They changed the order. They changed the order when Noah got hurt. They changed the order all around, so everybody was out of place from what they were normally practicing, which made no sense. Instead of just replacing Noah at the anchor, they decided to rearrange the order with the new person they brought in as a replacement.
Yeah.
So everybody was running out of position.
It's still just a handoff.
Like, what is going on?
You would think.
I mean, what kind of rock got to have not to be able to hold on to that baton?
Not to run out of zone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
And all it is stick, hand back, boom.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody else is doing it, so I'm confused.
Look at China. China was killing it. Perfect handoffs. Perfect. Nobody's dropping the baton there.
They got them cans out there for them. If they drop a baton.
Hiya. Oh, I'm crying.
I don't know, but they got to get out. That 4x1. I don't know what's going on. And we're not going to just say like something was going on with the U.S. What? Jamaica, this track and field.
Decided not to show up to Paris this year. They said we're taking a break.
But what went on with Jamaican track and field this year?
I don't know.
None of the
bizarre.
I mean, you didn't see none of the women that usually are there, like Kellyanne Fraser-Price, Herrera.
When she backed out. Now I did see I didn't know before, but then I did see she had aggravated a hamstring.
Okay,
and that's why she started pulling out.
But they look lost.
They didn't even make the 4x4 for the men. They weren't even there. They didn't even qualify for the finals. I don't know what's happening.
But wasn't that only gold in field? Like their first field medals were the only gold medals they had? Because I don't remember them winning anything on track. Did they win any medals on track?
I can't remember.
I can't remember.
I don't think so.
For men or the women?
No. The 100, right in your back screen. That Noah Lyles barely beat out.
Oh, yeah, he did get a silver medal. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
He was the only standout for them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about him. A big grown man. That's a big tough.
Yeah, he's huge.
But what happened to Shericka Jackson, though?
I don't know. That one was puzzling. We still don't know. And her thing she posted, her message didn't really give any insight. She was just saying something very surfacey about thanks for supporting me and all this stuff, but she never really clearly said why she pulled out.
There's something going on with the Track and Field Federation. Remember I sent y'all that post about the girl talking about the federation or whatever, not really supplying them with the coaching that they need and supplies and stuff. So I think it's something going on at the top. And the athletes are like, I'm not going to compete for you because you or doing something that's not right.
As good as they have always been, and you're not getting any support.
Yeah, it's so
crazy.
odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I'm pretty sure something's going to come out after the Olympics. I'm waiting to hear.
It's got to be such a disappointing experience for Jamaica and generally for this Olympics.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say one of my new favorite races now is the steeplechase.
Oh God.
Who invented the steeplechase? I need to know who and why would you do this to humans?
Yeah.
It is wow. And especially when it comes to them last couple of laps, boy, they be turning it on. I don't know if you saw the men when that dude totally face planted on that last lap.
Yes.
Oh, that was so sad.
It was like, oh my God.
Oh, he kissed that asphalt.
But we pulled out silver in that one too.
Yeah, shout out to the distance running. Our distance runners had several medals this time. Like we never compete in distance running.
Yeah, we're never there. But I don't know. I think there was a conspiracy against a lot of those Ethiopians and the African nations because
they got tired of them winning.
Oh, they were beefing too with each other, all the nations.
Yeah. I mean, and I guess we are getting a lot of those that are claiming to be American.
Well, we got a point.
Yeah.
But they still winning though. That girl still won 3 straight gold medals in 10,000 or something, 10K or whatever.
Oh yeah. I mean, hey, them cats there, they tough, man.
They are tough.
They tough.
No existence. That is true. Y'all want to talk about something positive?
Yes.
Please.
Let's talk about something positive that's going on in the community. And Carl Parker, you brought this up to us in our chats with what's going on with Mr. Jaylen Brown and Jason Kidd. And play.
What I noticed through like the inequalities in Boston, there's inequalities that are glaring all over the U.S., which led me here to Oakland. In Oakland, which I would consider like a second home to me, going to school at UC Berkeley. My roommate, Ida Rav, I got a lot of ties, a lot of people in this room that I've known for a long time. But Oakland is rich in its history and its tradition, entrepreneurship and business and togetherness and organization. So what an honor it is to be up here announcing an initiative here in Oakland.
Right. When I talk about my women's program that we have here for basketball, I felt it was time for the Bay Area to be represented. We have 9 scholarship offers from Cal, right? Just understanding what we are trying to, yes, go Bears. Go Bears. But we're trying to give a light on things that need to be highlighted. Everyone sees Instagram and sees all the negative, but what Jaylen Brown is doing here, not just in Boston, but across the country, is incredible.
So that is the initiative here that's being casted as the Black Wall Street initiative going on in Oakland, California, that Jaylen Brown and Jason Kidd have teamed up for to do. And it's really cool reading up about this and how they are trying to bring wealth and to build that generational wealth back into the Black community. And they chose Oakland right here to start it off. And you heard some of the reasons there with Jaylen Brown talking about it there. But he said a little bit into it, Jason Kidd is talking about how Oakland is the perfect place for this, already has the talent and mentors to make it a success. But, the argument is Black businesses are too often over-mentored, yet underfunded. So they're trying to change that underfunded part. And they believe that this injection of working capital is the missing piece. And so they anticipate an initial investment of millions of dollars that will fund a series of projects aimed at creating generational wealth, such as business incubators, programs to launch local artists and musicians, and to purchase property in places like downtown Oakland. Man, they're seeing this as a huge win for the district down there. People are excited about this going on. This is all relatively new. I know, Carl, you like this is one of your favorite subjects too, is talking about economics, the black dollar, doing things to build us up. Does this look like a step in the right direction?
I like where they're going. I still think there's still avenues that we've got to attack first. Our infrastructure is got to be attacked first. I mean, we got to build up banks. We got to build up hospitals, schools, all those grocery stores, just all the things that, our people actually need. Now, of course, we get into the arts and entertainment and stuff like that, and we make a lot of money in those fields, but the things that are going to sustain us and actually build our economy and our infrastructure are, the small businesses, which he's talking about. Mm-hmm. That's a great step in the right direction, where we can employ other people of color and keep that dollar rotating in our community. But I'm just glad that we're starting something there, but it needs to be a national thing that is not only in Oakland, but in DC and Chicago and Atlanta, all right. And not just the large cities. It's got to go to cities like Wilmington here, Durham, Charlotte.
Well, some southern cities, definitely.
There are plenty of cities with an African American contingent that we can do so much more in. But I like the fact that Jalen is doing this. I just want to give shout outs to Jalen. Y'all know how smart this young man is. He was offered a NASA internship.
Yes, I remember hearing about that.
And he became an MIT fellow.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, this kid he's not a slow leap. He's a very intelligent young man,
and he cares about his community.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why he's ostracized a little bit more than some of your other guys. He's going to be in that same realm as Kyrie Irving, who, Kyrie, is a little bit more quirky than what Jalen is,
right.
But it's all the same.
They have solid intentions. Which the tip out to where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, both of them are intelligent young men, but I think Jalen he's very socially conscious. That's one of the things that they said about him when he came out, and they were wondering if he would even thrive in the NBA because he was so super intelligent that he didn't really need the NBA to be successful.
That's interesting. And I should back up too, because there was an earlier, he started before this what he calls the Boston Exchange. And so that's the original, and that this is the kind of continuation of that. So they are looking to branch it out into other places, and they chose Oakland and the Boston Exchange. It's a nonprofit initiative. And its aim with that one is to generate $5 billion in generational wealth in communities of color. And just as you talked about MIT, he's tapped local partners from MIT to the city of Boston to kind of help shape the vision and support entrepreneurship and creativity. And they just kicked off this program in Boston earlier this month. And it's being accepted by Boston Creator Incubator plus Accelerator. and they're collaborating with the Celtics and all these other different parts. And we talk about media, entertainment, fashion, culinary arts. He's the whole gambit of things. So yeah, I love to hear whenever people who you always hear about these big contracts, and we know all the money that Jaylen Brown got. He's putting this stuff to use,
Yes.
and he's using that influence or not. It's not like he's just tape breaking in all this money and not doing anything with it. I love to see like whenever stuff is generated back this kind of way.
Right. And I'm glad they're buying up properties too. I think that's really smart, especially these cities like Oakland have been decimated with gentrification and the raising prices of rent and mortgages, that they're actually buying property too on top of that. And that's the easiest way to generate that generational wealth that they're trying to get.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree with that. And like to your point also, brother, I think I wish somebody would go into the space of like you said, the banking industry, and have it where more Black people are making decisions about where money's allocated. I mean, so we can hand out money to our own community, especially instead of having to go to other banks
that we ain't gonna get
outrageous rates or deny us, and it's make it incredibly hard for especially small businesses and personal banking to actually, like when you try to sell a home or anything, that they'll find different ways to have us lose that wealth, give us bad deals or whatnot. So we're missing out on that opportunity for generational wealth. So I wish we had more people who look like us, who have the intentions of a Jaylen Brown or a Jason Kidd, to be those decision makers in the credit and lending industry. So I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. I don't think we can actually, move forward unless we do have that. We've got to be able to sustain ourselves. Like you said, we got to be able to have our own decision makers, and they're just fundamental things that we've got to have. You got to have your own method of policing. You got to have a way to eat.
Yeah.
And you got to have people that's going to take care of your health care and stuff. Those are like fundamental things that we've got to have. Who's
more Black doctors and delivering babies with this, the mortality rate of Black women doing childbirth is crazy.
Yes.
But you think about all the inventors and all the things that we have done in the past that we no longer have a hand in.
That's true.
We have so many inventions, so many things that we brought to this culture, to this nation, and we don't have one grocery store or one grocer, one hospital. We don't have an automaker. We don't have. I mean, if it came down to it, and we were alienated in this nation, we would be in a bind.
That is so true.
Facts.
And that potentially can happen. The way they're trying to have things go.
Yeah. And, I don't want to seem like a separatist or, anything like that, but I also am a realist and a survivalist. So I know in order for us to be able to survive, we've got to have some certain things in our community, and we've got to start thinking about those types of things to sustain not only current generation, but those that are going to be following after us, man. Our last podcast, I was saying, we may be extinct in 25 years. That was kind of cheeky, but realistically, you can see more of an expiration on our toes than anybody else.
Yeah, especially if things continue going the way they are now, economically.
the way things are going economically and the way we're being phased out right now, and the things with our health, for instance, we our health is, our health is not the way it should be, and it's because we're not getting the health care that we deserve. And if we had our own hospitals and stuff where we could actually get really good health care from people that look like us and cared about us, then we could learn a little bit more. I think we talked about this before. Like, I know a lot of Black people don't understand that dementia and stuff like that is more prevalent in our community than dementia and Alzheimer's, more prevalent in our community than any other community. Yeah, we don't have any seminars, anybody really speaking to our communities about that and about preventative measures for it. So what Jalen and Jason are doing is super commendable, and I could see how it could branch off into, things where we can educate our community on those things. But I would really like to see us get into just the fundamental building blocks of a community.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, we had a meeting at work with, I think it was on Medicaid and Medicare, that at least for those insurances, it's going to be a big change coming in the very near future to health and how doctors and stuff are paid and getting their money through Medicaid and Medicare. They're going to start basing it on merit. Is your patient improving, or is their health declining? You're going to start getting paid based on performance instead of visits. Typically how it works is whether the patient comes, it gets better or not, you get paid. You don't get paid. You get paid for the visit. Now they're going to start breaking it down where they're going to look at the records. Is this patient getting better under your supervision? So I can see, and this is for, where I work, is we see probably about 99.9% Black people, the Black community. So if these doctors are not incentivizing our community to get healthier, they're not going to make as much money. So I can see our healthcare possibly improving. I'm hoping for the positive side of this, that means that doctors are going to try their best to improve the patient instead of just getting paid because they came to see me no matter what.
Gotcha.
So that's something that's coming down the line.
Well, see, here again, we as African Americans, we got to get off the tit, and we really got to get out there, man, and we got to claw and fight and do our things for ourselves, man. If we don't start doing something, if you see how African American women are treated in these hospitals when they go to give birth,
they're supposed to be able to tolerate pain.
Yes,
it's absurd. They still going off of old stuff. They're experimenting on our women when they go into the hospital.
Yeah, it's not a pleasant experience at all. A lot of times,
not, man. And
we experienced this just recently with Elise and dealing with things like menstruation and stuff in the hospital. And, with certain women, they have certain struggles and stuff with that, like, different. And it was just like a simple doctor actually caring, because it's been a difficult thing with Elise. And like saw in the records all this stuff all this time, and she was just like, nope. She offered something. She's like, oh, this is simple. This kid fits. This just like no one has ever told you that before. You know, and the daughter's looking like really shocked. Like I see how many times like this has been discussed and taught up, but no one has ever offered this. You know, and it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's just like little things.
Oh, that makes you mad. Like all this time. They could have been fixed. That's terrible.
So sad.
It's just crazy. But yeah, you're right. It's like a continual thing right there with that. Well, nonetheless, steps in the right direction. But I agree. I'm agree with what you're saying. Like we got when you say get off the tit. I like that. Quick thoughts. Any quick thoughts to wrap up on the new VP pick for Kamala? How's this first week been for y'all with Mr. Tim Walz and the Harris ticket?
I think it's actually been a positive, man. And you can see there's a lot of excitement. The rallies are crazy right now.
Yeah. The excitement is there.
The excitement is there. Again, I'm just going to be interested to see what their policies are.
Mm-hmm.
And then, how is that going to impact, middle class, low to middle class.
Yeah.
And are we going to see more money at the end of the month?
Right.
Hello.
Right.
Period.
Yeah. So
I would say the more I looked into him too, because I didn't know that much about him, but looking into the stuff he's done in Minnesota, been doing, it does give me more hope for a middle class kind of focus, kind of like this administration could be working on with a lot of stuff that he's done there. I was like, oh, this is some liberal thinking and actually putting some stuff into practice and doing something as the governor, like just little things.
Yeah, it's small town, Midwestern. So you would think he'd be kind of a little bit moderate.
Mm-hmm.
Although he's pretty liberal in his thought process, but I think from what I've heard, economically he's done a good job in the state that he represents. So I'm just going to be interested in what the policies are, and really vice president, he don't really,
right.
He don't really mean a whole lot to me. I think one of in history they asked like John Adams, and like he said, I'm going to take the summer off, and this was when he was vice president, and they was like, well, yeah, because you really don't have a job.
Wow.
But but that's just kind of really the vice president. You know what is he going to do?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to support the president. That's what I appreciate. And that's what she needs more than anything. Is somebody that she can talk to, that's going to stand up for her. And I like the fact that I think he is making her steer more to the middle class talk. Ever since he came on board, I hear her talking about middle class a lot. So I'm hoping that bringing him on board and some stuff he did, I don't think it's necessarily liberal. To me, it's just like common sense stuff. If the kids need food, give them, hey, you need to eat a lunch before you come to school. You need freaking maxi pads, here are free maxi pads for you. It's just tampons, whatever somebody needs when they go to school. Like he has those I think he can bring that kind of common sense stuff to the White House that we need to show that we're not the coastal elites. we're middle class America too.
Before his state of Minnesota, I see why they're like one of the happiest, or at least
one of the happiest states.
One of the happiest states. But he has like one of the nation's largest like child tax credits and stuff. And he's done some things, and what you're talking about there, you know, what he did for abortion, or as soon as that Roe versus Wade got overturned, how he, you know,
I hate that has to be liberal to be like common sense equals liberalism. It makes no sense to me.
It does. It does what it equals today. Unfortunately,
I said he's a Prince fan. I like that.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Prince. Yeah, he's a Prince fan. Yeah, and I love what stuff you said, Carlon. And it made me think that I love that he knows how to hit back too. I'm tired of people being pussies.
Thank you.
It's just letting people walk all over them and do that. No, it is not that type of party. And he knows how to give it like right back to them. And when he threw that couch joke out at Vince, I was like, all right.
Oh, I was like, this is my guy. This is my guy. Yes.
This is my guy now. Like he is there. He's with the shits. He's there. He wants to give it right back. So you need some of that too.
Listen, this is a spicy ticket between him and Vice President Harris.
You see what Harris did?
Y'all don't want none of that.
Protest?
What?
You know what? If you want Donald Trump to win, then say that. Otherwise, I'm speaking.
Yowzers.
They saw a black
woman. Unless you
want to
get Donald Trump elected.
You want to get Donald Trump elected?
If you want to get Donald Trump elected, say that. Otherwise, I'm speaking. And that's balance.
Yeah.
And that look.
Yeah, she gave a little flick too.
I felt that look. We don't see that. We don't see that before.
And that low ball, that look, it kept getting more intense as the seconds went by. They shut up too, didn't they?
They better. But they're batting 1,000 right now. They're coming out swinging.
And we're going to have some stuff to talk about down that road.
Oh, it's going to be a lot to talk about down that road.
I'm going to do a little Steph Curry, go out on a little shimmy.
And I'm going to say USA for like the last time until 4 years. USA.
Oh, I can't leave without giving a shout out to my girl, Iman Khalif.
I'm about to say the boxer.
You know.
Your girl. She's a female.
Wow.
You know, and I will say Lin Yong Ting too, because the other one, which is interesting, never gets brought up. The other one who was considered a man, they bring her up very rarely.
Yeah, I haven't heard about her.
Intense hatred for the Algerian.
Oh, I wonder why.
Hear about the Taiwanese one that was in this mixed up stuff too.
Oh yeah,
but you know
that
goes without saying.
Yeah, exactly.
The intense hatred for her, but I love the way Algeria crowd, the way they moved down for the medal ceremony, and they've been riding hard for her, hardcore.
Good.
It's very it's so heartwarming the way that they are doing it for her. She went out want to win. You know, I didn't express all my thoughts.
No, we didn't let you have that segment. We did not want to air that for the public.
Happy for her, but that's my closing thought.
Man, they were killing her, and at least she got vindicated.
Mm-hmm. Gold medal, baby. This has been a Rosie B production. You can follow the Parker's Couch on YouTube and TikTok. You can follow Cameron on Instagram at cdparker03, Carlon at Carlon1978, that's CARLON, and Carl at Park C73.